Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the co-hosts here, and I thought I would just bring you this live. I know it's a bit late, well, especially for me in England, but I just wanted to update you all with everything that's happening right now because I think that everyone was getting a little bit too bullish. Now, we haven't had those confirmations yet that we are going to see the price come down, but I think that the confirmations are going to most likely happen tonight. I think everyone was getting a little bit too bullish, but they weren't looking at the broader picture, especially with that DXY as well. So I'm going to go through it really quickly and precisely for you right now. So first of all, I just want to bring up the um, let's bring up the charts here. So, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts, what we can see right now is that we are getting rejected, as I said earlier on today in the live stream, that we are getting rejected from that golden pocket and horizontal white line right here. And we have from that live stream earlier on in the day, we have continued to come down. There has been a little bit of volatility, but we have continued to come down. I just want to show you that this is very, very important. Go and load up for me here. What's going on here? There we go. Right, taking its time. So what I'm just looking at here is this golden pocket. Where have I pulled this golden pocket from? Well, I pulled this golden pocket from the bottom of the move here to the very top of this range that we are in right now. So this is a very, very important golden pocket, and it has acted as a lot of resistance as well. As you can see, we've used it as resistance here after the breakdown, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and we are using it as resistance right now. And what we can see is we are getting that rejection from it, but we are finding support like we did right here, which was actually, in fact, yesterday. We found support at this value area high. And this value area is from this mini range that we are in right now. So the range is between 20,500 and 18,100. That's a range that we are stuck in right now. And we are finding some support at the top of that range. But I do think the likelihood of it is that we are going to break towards the downside, and I will show you why I think that as well. But I forgot to show you earlier on today as well that I was still in that long trade. So if I just pull up, sorry, not the long trade, the short trade. I don't know what I'm talking about here. So yeah, I just want to bring this up. I'm still in that short trade that I showed you. I think it was 2 streams ago now. I mentioned that I was opening up that short trade at 20,200, and I think it was $69 at the time, but I have compounded that. I have added to that position as well. And it is in a slight profit as of right now. I do anticipate that the price is going to come down, so I am going to keep that short position open. I did forget to update you with that earlier on today in that live stream. But yeah, I do think that if we do break below this value area high right here, we are going to continue to see the price pull back for Bitcoin, and I will show you why on the why I think that with the DXY as well. So yeah, we look as though we could break towards the downside of this value area high. If we do, then I do anticipate that the price is going to come lower. Now, why do I think that? Where's the confluence coming? Where's the bigger confirmation coming? And that's on this DXY. So a DXY, we know we are in this massive, massive uptrend, forming higher highs, as you can see here, and we are also forming those higher lows, as you can see right here. So we are in a massive, massive uptrend on the DXY, and this uptrend is still in play, as you can see right here. It looks as though we are forming that next higher low. Now that we are forming this next higher low, we can now move up and form that next higher high, continuing the uptrend towards the upside. Now, if we continue that uptrend towards the upside, then we are most definitely going to see the price of the traditional markets and the crypto markets pull back even more. And for me, I showed you this earlier on today. For me, the confirmation that I'm looking at this being that next higher low is either a big green candle towards the upside, which we've already seen, or another green candle after that. So 2 consecutive green candles, and it looks as though we are going to get that. So we have an hour and 30 minutes left of the daily DXY candle close, and as you can see previously, the confirmations for the next higher low, for the next higher lows, the previous higher lows, sorry, are either a big green candle towards the upside, like we saw here, or just two consecutive green candles. And you can see we've seen two consecutive green candles multiple times. It goes on and on and on. And that's what I'm looking for this to be a confirmed higher low. I want to see those two consecutive green candles, and also seeing these big candles as well is also more adding more confidence in my theory as well. So if we zoom into the hour now, I know a lot of people have been saying that the DXY was going to start dumping. I've watched a few YouTubers. They said the DXY is going to start dumping now, and we are going to see that pump for Bitcoin. But I don't see that. I just don't see where that theory is coming from, because if we have a look at the hourly, so on the daily, we are very clearly in an uptrend. There's nothing showing us that we are going to pull back. And even on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, maybe they were looking at this. Okay. So we were forming a downtrend on that 1 hour. Maybe they're looking at this and thinking we're going to get that pullback. So as you can see, we had the high here, we had the low, we had the lower high, the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high here. So that's maybe what people are looking at on the DXY, thinking we're going to start to see that pullback. But what we have actually done is we've turned that downtrend and we have started an uptrend now. We've broken that downtrend, sorry, and we've started an uptrend. So as you can see right here, we had the lower high right here. Then we had a higher low. So instead of forming another lower low, we actually formed a higher low, and then we broke this previous lower high, sorry, and we are forming now a higher high. So it looks as though on the DXY on the 1 hour that we are now forming some sort of uptrend. Okay, if we can potentially have this as a higher high on the 1 hour, then come back down, form another higher low, and continue that trend towards the upside, we are most definitely going to see that the price of the DXY is going to increase over the next couple of days. And I do think if we get this candle close like this today, that we are most likely going to have this as the next higher low, and we are going to continue this bullish momentum towards the upside on that DXY, which is of course going to be very, very bad for the traditional market and the crypto market. Taking a look at the traditional market, talking about the traditional markets, we're looking at the Nasdaq here. And I mentioned this earlier on today. We had that megaphone pattern. So we had higher highs forming here on this 1 hour chart of the Nasdaq, and we had the lower lows forming as well. This is a textbook megaphone pattern, and it is a bearish megaphone pattern because we are actually coming down into that megaphone pattern. Now, what I've also noticed as well, and what we've also formed since that video earlier on today, is that we actually form some sort of triangle, sort of rising wedge triangle pattern, as you can see right here. So I'm looking at this being the top of the wedge and this being the bottom of the wedge. And as you can see right here, we've actually broken towards the downside of that wedge pattern. And I do anticipate that the traditional market is going to have a pullback. I do think the Nasdaq is going to pull back, especially getting a rejection from the top of the megaphone pattern here, but also more confluence with breaking this trend line here. And as we can see, the price is pulling back. More confluence as well is that DXY, sort of confirming already that we are most likely having this as the next higher low. And even on the 1 hour, okay, we had that downtrend and we've broken the downtrend, and now we are in starting to form an uptrend on that DXY 1 hour chart. So for me, it's looking more likely that we are going to go down for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets. Looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour chart, we're also forming some sort of symmetrical triangle, some sort of triangle pattern here. And it looks as though we want to break towards the downside of that as well. As you can see, we have tested this trend line here, the bottom of the triangle, multiple times. And right now we are getting that break towards the downside. The resistance, we tested it here as well. We couldn't quite stay at that level and get above that level. the price has pulled back down to the support, and it looks as though we could break towards the downside of this support. So for me, right now, it's not looking too good. And I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people out there, a lot of people on Twitter, we're getting really, really bullish, talking about 22,000, talking about 25,000. I've stayed level headed. And this is why, it just doesn't look too good for me right now. I am still neutral. I'm more as I said earlier on today, I'm more bearish than bullish. But I'm sitting level headed. I'm sitting neutral because the confirmations aren't there yet, but they are very, very clearly bearish. The indications are very, very clearly bearish with the DXY, okay, breaking that downtrend on the 1 hour and forming an uptrend. The DXY on the daily having that massive, massive uptrend, and then the potential confirmation, which is sort of already confirmed for me because there's only an hour and 20 minutes left, approximately, until that daily close. And then looking at this Bitcoin chart as well on the 4 hour, getting rejected from this resistance level here. And just to go over it again, this golden pocket is from the very bottom of this move here. So the very bottom of the range, this bigger range, taken all the way to the top of the move, to the top of the range. So this is a very, very important golden pocket level because it is the golden pocket for the range that we are in, this massive range we are in on that 4 hour chart. And we are getting rejected from it. We're finding it very, very tough to break above it. And we haven't actually broken above it within this 1 hour, within this shorter term range, sorry. And yeah, as you can see, we have this horizontal level as well. And we've been rejected from that level almost literally to the dollar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Almost to the dollar, we've been rejected from that trend line. So for me, it's just looking more bearish than bullish right now. And that is why I have continued to keep this short position open. I did tell you that I was entering this short position. I think it was 2 streams ago. So if you missed that, make sure you watch that back. And yeah, I'm going to continue to hold this short position open, especially if we do break this value area high here towards the downside. Because if we come back into this value area, this range here, then I do anticipate the price to potentially come back to the POC down here, the point of control, or the value area low down here. And then if we do come down to those levels, most likely we would come back down to this daily level here at $18,450. Now that daily level is actually a very, very important level. And if we do come down to that level, it will act as support. As you can see right here, we've used it as major support there. Support, support, support. So it's been a very critical support level in this smaller range right here. And I do anticipate it to be support, but if we do break it, then we will most likely see lower on the Bitcoin chart as well. Looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin, then this is even more confluence. And I told you this when I was entering that short position. This is more confluence for me for entering that short position, and more confirmation that we are most likely going to see the price pull back a little bit more for Bitcoin, because as you can see, since the 31st of May, we have established this this descending trend line. We tested it again on the 15th of August, literally to the dollar as well, got a rejection, pretty much to the dollar on the 13th of September, got a rejection from that. And on the 4th of October, 5th of October, and today, the 6th of October, pretty much to the dollar as well, we have tested it and we are getting another rejection. 2 hours and 20 minutes left of this daily candle. If we do get a rejection, then I do think that we are going to see the price of Bitcoin pull back to this major support level at around $18,800 approximately. So for me, it's not looking too good right now. I think people were getting really excited. I think people were just getting a little bit too bullish. And as I said, too excited. And for me, we have to look at the bigger picture. The DXY is still in that massive, massive uptrend. If the DXY is going to continue towards the upside, then there's no way we are going to see the traditional market pump or Bitcoin pump. Maybe they'll have a small relief rally, but we're not going to see any big moves, especially up to 22,000 or 25,000. if that DXY continues to push towards the upside. I've laid it out perfectly for you here. Okay, the DXY is potentially forming that next lower low here. It's pretty much always already confirmed for me. As you can see, we've got a pretty big green candle here, and there's only an hour and 20 minutes left until this close. And for me, that'll be the confirmation for the next higher low. And for me, I think we're going to continue this this momentum towards the upside on the DXY. You know, on the 1 hour as well, we've turned that 1 hour downtrend into an uptrend, as you can see right here. So for me, it's just looking more bearish than bullish. And if you're not familiar with the DXY, then whenever the DXY goes up, we see traditional market and the crypto market come down, and vice versa. So this is why the DXY is very, very important, and this is why I look at it a lot. Yeah, again, broken towards the downside on the traditional market on the S&P 500. So I do think we are going to see the price pull back a little bit more. 2 hours and 20 minutes left until we potentially get the break of the value area high. If we do see that, then I do think we're going to see a bigger correction for Bitcoin as well, especially with that DXY having that uptrend. We also had a double top here. You can see the first top, second top here. So for me, it's just looking so much more bearish than bullish right now. And yeah, I just don't understand why everyone was getting so bullish over on Twitter and all the other YouTubers as well. So yeah, for me, still holding up, holding this short position open until I see any bullish indicators telling me that we could see the price push. And if I do see any of that, then I will bring that to you as well. Yeah. So what's going on here? BTRST pumping on Coinbase. To be fair, I don't really look at that, so I'm not too sure. Should we have a quick look at it here? BTRST. Let's have a look. If this is what you mean, brain trust, then I'm not too sure. To be fair, I'm a bit unaware of this. If that's what you mean, then I don't see the pump yet. Let's have a look at the daily. Oh, this is the daily. Okay. How much is it increased by? You know, not much, 1%. If this is what you mean, then yeah, it doesn't look as though it is pumping. This is a Coinbase chart as well, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. But Ethereum as well. Take a quick look at Ethereum. We've come into the mid-range here. We're finding resistance there as well. If we see Bitcoin pull back, then we're most likely going to see Ethereum pull back as well. So yeah, for me, the general idea is we are most likely going to get rejected from this resistance here. DXY is probably going to continue towards the upside, and this is going to be the next higher low, this one right here. And yeah, Bitcoin is probably most likely going to continue this downwards pressure towards the upside as long as that DXY continues to push. So yeah, that's everything I've got for you. Make sure you smash a like on this video if you did enjoy this sort of spontaneous update. And yeah, if you smash a like, then I'll continue to bring these updates for you whenever I see the need to. And yeah, as I said, I'm going to keep this short position open until I see any bullish indicators, and I will always keep you updated with that as well. So make sure you smash a like, and I will see you tomorrow in the next live stream. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.